And also the mind chatter, the talking in my voice. There's 70% less.
That's
Oh,
good.
So
that's great. Good to hear. Yeah.
that's pretty helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You suppose that had to do with entity work that we did, or?
I think so.
uh,
Like quite a few like things like we removed from the vessel. Could be just those beings chatting, and with them gone, maybe it's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn this up a little more.
Okay.
There we go.
Is there any? So we got maybe the neck today, or anything else?
That's probably my big issue. I even feel a lot of pressure right now. See, so like I was talking to my girlfriend about it yesterday or the day before, and I was like, it's like right here and right here is consistently a problem. And then I realized, like, oh wait, it's almost like somebody's grabbing me by the neck
Yeah.
instead of going into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then something's like pinched up back here, and that's been an issue for a while too. But I think they're two separate things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite possible. Yeah. Quite likely. Well, is there anything you'd like to mention or say before you dive in and take a look, or?
I can just like like focus in on that like hand or like the, whatever like feels like expression on the neck. Just go from there.
Okay.
And again, if you feel any sensations or have any thoughts pop up while I do the process, feel free to share that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Start.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So far I'm noticing that like as I'm scanning and looking at that hand or whatever is holding you, it's probably connected to that like handler thing. Like we scanned like in the previous session regarding the soul trap and like a few beings and like someone else holding it all together. It's as if like
Mhm.
throughout the whole soul trap machine, someone is also like trying to escape at the same time, and they're like climbing on, like trying to climb on you and like hold on to escape as well. So it's as if those parts of beings are like still holding on, and now that they're sort of attached to you in one way or another, and they saw other beings like get free. They're like hey, we want that, and they're like climb like as if they're climbing and like really reaching for that freedom, and they're like holding on really fast, like where's that place, like and they're like holding on really tight. That's one thing, and
Okay.
then another one like it's probably the handler, like that handler doesn't want him to get free, so he's like holding you tight to like as if like squeezing the lid or something, like so that like just holding you tight. Well, it's
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I almost forgot to mention this. I think it was over a year ago now. I had an experience with an entity. When I became aware of it, it really got bad, and it felt like I could see this like purple black line like coming in right to the back of my ear and right down to my whole spine. And I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't figure out what to do with it for days. I tried other stuff, and I can hear laughing in my head from it. Um, I talked to somebody who mentioned, like, do you think it could be a gin? That's it. Like, it's been popping up all over the place, and I'm just now putting all the connections. So I could, and then they're like, well, I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah.
So I sat and I chanted to Ali for 108 times exactly, and that issue went away for a while. I felt much better. It seems like it's the same thing though. I don't know if it's residual from that, whether it wasn't really dealt with at the time, and I just thought I did. Um, but I figured that would be important to mention.
That's good. Yeah. Something to focus on again.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Yeah.
can. We'll look
Yeah.
into that too. Yeah. Gin sounds about right, and they can go away and come back. So you probably did a good job there, but it may have come back. We can look into that deeper.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
where are we at now? Are we still looking at the origin this stuff here, or what?
Well, yeah, like so far I found like some of the things that are causing the sort of squeezing or like tightness in the neck. So I'll try to get rid of them, see if there's anything else besides that, and once we're dealt with the squeezing on the neck, we can like focus on the back and the chin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good. Okay, start.
Another thing I'm picking up is that like uh, I'm sort of like removing the beings that are holding you, like right here, and reaching like why are these staying? Because like a lot of beings they can be free just by thought, but they're staying with you because they think like through your neck, like they can like get out like through your crown chakra and stuff. And a lot of them, even entities, they think like they saw that release and they're like, this is the like gateway, this is the opening, and this is the only exit, and they don't realize it. Like, they can like turn around and get away, but more like this is the only exit. So everyone is like waiting for that opening, or like like everyone's like waiting for that. So that's something to get rid of.
Good, good. Okay, continue. What happened, Anthony?
My neck was finally like released up and cracked and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened?
Yeah, I was like scanning, like like regarding your neck and what like what's the story there. And it seems like a lot of entities, since they saw the beings leave you, even like the entities surrounding in the place and around town, like hey, someone left through there, we can do that too, and they're like going to you to leave this place. Like it's as if they can wake up through you and leave it, and so that's going on. And there's like it's as if like there's this shadow being who's like preventing that from happening. It's as if like he can shove his hand through you and like hold that place so that no one can get out. It's like a lid there. So like I removed him, and all the entities like and other beings like like finally free, and other souls like if we have the soul trap where people can incarnate and get the vessel on the body, and as if like there's that shell where like people are like with vacuum like taken out, other souls are like hey, there's exit, and they get to you and they're holding on really tight because they want to escape. So there's a command like hold on, like to hold on really tight and stuff, and everyone's like there. But now that they're with you, they're not awake and aware that they can leave like right now because they're not connected. They're just like right there holding on tight because they're still waiting for something. So like I got rid of that, and I'm still like saying like there's something like with the structure like whatever. I'm just like reaching for more things. Another thing I found is as if like everyone in the structure like so like the soul trap whatever we can call it, before getting a vessel, it's as if there's like an astral plane where it's a future wise, and they have all the bodies over there. They have all the future looks of how it's going to look like, and specifically for you, there was this like wire like strangle around your neck, so you couldn't like move specifically, and like that thing was like holding you down. But literally, like, it's a place with millions of pods with other people in it, and it's as if like you can walk through every single one of them, and that soul like like if a being is gonna get out of that soul structure, this is the body that they're gonna get. So like everyone is like a sort of destined or assigned this body or like thing, and with all that, it's as if like there's experiments conducted or whatever where other beings can go to those pods and like mess with people or do something to them, and specifically they're messing with you and others. But like they can do whatever, like strangle them, inject some things to cause more pain, like apply a memory wipe or whatever. So that's been going on, and like sort of I just like destroyed the whole structure. So we'll see if that helps.
Physically, I'm like I feel things happening. So, I mean, it's hard to identify because I'm always feeling like my own energy moving.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I'm always pulling and messing with the pressure myself. So a couple of times I've wondered, like, am I like being too aware of this? I like stop thinking about what she's doing and just relax. But yeah, it's and honestly, it feels like even right here, it's like trying to let go.
Mm. Okay.
There's another thing that the way these commands go, implant commands, hypnotic commands, subliminal suggestion commands, the holding on and hold on, that has a double meaning. It's like hold on, as in hold on, slow down, take it easy. So this command cannot just affect you, but it can affect these entities. Some of them are working off that command. That's their command. Hold on. But they can be playing it and processing it in two different ways. One is like holding on this way, and one is like hold on. Like let's take our time here. Let's see what's happening here before we jump in and do the next thing.
Yeah.
When you mention that as a command, I don't believe really in too many coincidences anymore. I don't really remember my dreams too much at the moment. But the night before last, only thing I remember is being in like the back of a van or something with a bunch of people I can't picture the faces of. And something happened that it started wrecking. and I'm yelling, "Hold on!" And that was all I can remember out of the dream.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a good sign. We're on the right track,
Yeah.
and then we can release and let go of that command, that subconscious thing, for you holding on and them holding on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I can like scan specifically through this command more, see if
Mhm.
there's anything else. Would you like to see anything else, Anthony?
We can scan through that command some more and see what she sees when she looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Start.
Okay.
What happened?
Yeah, there's a lot to digest, but I was talking to the command of hold on, and it seems like also like a pre-birth, like as your mother like walking in a sort of different things, and she has to hold on to certain things. A commercial in the background with her flicks like hold on to blah blah blah, like whatever, and also like on the birth process, like doctors like hey hold on, and like so that's like a command, and also like you trying to hold on and not like literally get out, like not being born, like trying to like sort of holding on and stuff. That's just like one thing, and I was like tracking, and then like I felt like sharp pain like in back, like similar like you, and I was like, no, what's that? Like, how's that connected? So I'm like tracking that, and it's as if like there's this astral being that can it's like a scorpion or whatever, and it's as if like it can shove like a wire through the spine. It goes like where you show like on the neck, and it goes all the way to the like the very bottom, and it's as if like there's these things that will latch on and hold on to like spine really tight, but it's like a more of an astral thing. But at the same time, it's used as a technology to transfer consciousness from one physical body to another, like robot body or some other beings. And it's just like there's a war going on, and they don't have enough troops or whatever, the specific group or whatever this is. I haven't like looked into what exactly it is, but they can transfer consciousness into a robotic body, and like for example, you can be there with the whole spaceship full of robots and stuff, and they land them on a another planet or a plane or whatever, and their mission is to fight like take over the planet, so that they don't have to use the living beings, but like use robots with people consciousness, and just find specific ability they like in people, like being a pilot, being a grunt, like have following commands, or like having specific knowledge. And that's sort of like adjusting like how your abilities can fit that robot, so they specifically like holding on to tight to your like spine, and as if they can like connect to you very tightly, and then just like transfer you at any point in time. And we might not feel it, but whatever is happening to the robot body, and if it's being shot or whatever, the impact transcends, and we still are able to pick up in the physical. So that's sort of the connection I found, and that was like pretty like whoa, kind of harsh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that have anything to do with my when I go to sleep, just being black and waking up?
I think so. Like in a lot of cases, I've worked with people. It seems like that blackness is sort of created like hey, you're not supposed to see or remember anything that happens, and they're trying to delete their memory, swipe or everything, and they take out the visuals, so we can wake up exhausted or like with certain pains. But actually, at night they like just sort of muted everything so that we could like do our stuff there and come back without any remembers. Like oh, like it's just a normal life, nothing happened. When it's actually like, they're using us for that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Also, the thing about that sort of dream thing, you remember, of hold on. So it's like the metaphor, perhaps the message, is it's a wreck, right? Okay. The passengers in there are the entities in your case. The body, the vehicle itself is your body. And then, so as you're going for this wild ride here with us, it's a freaking train wreck for the entities. And on some level, you're about to fly out too. It's all a metaphor, but you're about to fly out of this facility or a vessel or a containment facility thing. But you're hanging on, and you're telling the passengers to hang on. So just something to look at, see if you're accidentally or subconsciously, supporting them and telling them, giving them the order to hang on, when that's probably not the best thing to do. But it's just something that came to me about that. Let's check into it.
Well, I could see that because if I could recognize them as an entity or as a consciousness of some sort, then I would feel some sort of compassion towards them. So I could see that going in the background.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And tell them you love them, but it's okay. Let it happen. Yeah.
Well, in this process, I've been trying to just say in my head to whoever's listening, do what she said.
Yeah, yeah.
She can help.
Good deal.
Okay.
Okay. Was there any variation on hold on to hang on? Was there anything about, or
Oh,
do you have you sensed it yourself? Okay.
No.
yeah, I haven't said it specifically because like I was like looking for the hold on thing, and I was like
Mhm.
looking like like pre-birth and some other instances. But the more I focused on that, the more I felt like something is like doesn't want me to look at that, and they lashed on like with that like pain, and that's where I found out like like some similar connections to what's going on.
Uh-huh.
So I can go back and look at like more of a hold on command, or like look at that like gin thing with the neck and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and look at more of the hold on
Okay.
stuff,
Yeah.
and see if there's any agreements, entities, or soul fragments even that got away, and it was like they failed to hold on or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
What happened?
Um, yeah, digesting everything. I started with like looking for more entities that are trying to hold on, because there was definitely like I felt that command from them, and it seems like even those beings who are in the background, like they don't necessarily have to be close to you or your body, but they're like keeping their distance, and they're like sneaking to you because they see you as the gateway to being free, and they're like hold on, like don't make a noise, like don't cause any suspicion, or like don't like cause any emotion or a feeling to appear, and they're like sneakingly, but the feeling still like affects and holds on to that spark. So like I was like just sucking out all the entities from your surroundings, like not just the body and surroundings, but like even more than that. And like I was trying to track any kind of bodies in the multiverse, like like that are in the present living or the past lives that had similar issues. So like I was getting rid of entities in that way. And at the same time, I've noticed this sort of like a crab-looking being. So it's gonna like like tie up around your neck, and it has this stinger. So it could be that thing in the back, and it seems like it's causing that tension where you feel like like more of a pressure or pain, and it's all more like a distraction, so that that thing like hey, it's causing I'm feeling pain, but what you're not feeling is that being sort of sucking out parts of you that like or personality, or like whatever like you have like energy, confidence, like visual, psychic skills, intuitive skills, empathic skills, like your luck, success, everything that can be good for you is slowly being taken away, and that thing is like holding on tight to cause a sensation to sort of not have you notice like what's going on in the background. So I took care of the being, and all the entities were sent out in their own realm where they can be like transmuted into something better and come back as more energy that will replenish you. And that being like said crab looking being that like sucking out like parts of you who were trying to hold on to you. So like I got them all back, and like it's now all in place, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Good.
But during that last little thing there, I mean, I guess maybe it's still stuck in there somewhere. I don't know. But the hold on thing, it went to that song. But like I kept hearing it in my head. Hold on, just one more day.
Uh-huh.
Like, no, no, now.
Good, good. Yeah, very good. Um, okay. Let's take a moment for grounding. Be able to just look around the space here and notice the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
There's the table. Okay.
Good.
Okay, she's good. Yeah, and Anthony, just kind of look around the room and notice the ceiling. Okay. Touch the desk. Good. Okay. Alrighty. So let's take a look at one of the other things. We had what's next, Anthony? What should we look at next? You brought up a few things.
Gosh, I don't know. I feel different now. uh, I still feel this pressure on the back of my head, but it doesn't feel as extreme. Like honestly, I feel like my head's always feeling like pulling this way, but it doesn't feel that way right now.
It doesn't feel that way right now, but there's still a pressure. There's another pressure back there.
Yeah, there's still pressure up in the back here.
Yeah. The way these symptoms work, oftentimes there's, if the human being who experiences it feels like they're experiencing sort of like one thing, but in fact, when you want to take it apart, you do microsurgery, or you slice and dice and you take this part, this part, this part, this part. So we can look at this new thing that you're feeling. You can describe it to us a little more, and we'll take a look at that.
Okay, it's almost like a fuzzy, like a blanket of pressure just up here. Doesn't feel so much like a jab anymore.
Yeah.
I guess it's still kind of centrally, like right around here. I can't really tell. Like it's just an awkward feeling, but I know it's not right.
Yeah.
So I can, but I also don't know like how much do I need to adjust after what she just did. Like, in 20 minutes, am I going to go to do something and crack my neck? Like, oh, okay, there it is.
Oh, actually, yeah. Could be.
Yeah. Some things progressively happened after our last session, where I was then able to like get my hips to pop by moving my legs a certain way, which gave me more relief with my back. So there could just be some manipulation needs to go on. I don't know.
Okay. Now this energy pressure thing that's down the back middle of your spine, or coming up back your head, is that part of this, or do they seem like two different somatics? They're called on the side of the neck. Is it all one thing, or does it seem like two different things?
It seems too different. Like I feel like my general energy, like up through my neck and my head, and then it feels like a air bubble, like a big air pocket in here.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah. Good. That's a good description of it, and I'm getting the reads over here. That'd be a good thing to address. You interested in us taking a look?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. Start. Wow, what was that?
Well, I thought that in my hair.
Yeah, that's big time, man. Wow.
Oh,
what happened?
yeah. I was like scanning, and it seemed like, how should I explain it? When we have like we're in the embryo.
Embryo?
Yeah, embryo phase. We're looking like like we're all like this. It seems like that state is not normal. Like as beings, like when we're standing like straight, as if we have a normal energy channel going like through the galactic core to Earth, and like we're like a channel that can be filled up with energy at any time. And it's as if like there was this reptilian being who grabs you by the neck and tries to get you into that like embryo where like you have to
fetal.
like
It's called a fetal position.
Yeah.
Fetal.
Yeah, fetal. So basically, they're trying to get you in that position. But at the same time, there's this machine, like if you would have your energy bubble, like instead of being straight, they're gonna like suck you up and like get you into this like small condensed space, and like they're constantly pulling on you. It's still all these pulls on your back, on your neck, and other places is feeling like they're like constantly trying to hold you down because you have too much energy and you can literally break free. So by that, like they're trying to suppress you. And I just like removed that being, got rid of that machine, and sort of got you back straight so that like all of this can happen again. Like so there's shouldn't be that being holding you back. I don't know if like there's anything left, but specifically that thing, like I took care of it.
And how about the kind of the air bubble kind of feeling? Go ahead. Yeah, Anthony.
Like it's dissipating.
Oh really? Oh good.
Yeah, like the gas ball was releasing. And that would make a lot of sense to me. Off of what you said, 2 years ago when I started having the Kundalini experience in my wake up, I started having this issue, and I thought, oh, maybe I'm just now becoming aware of this, and I'm just not getting sensitive enough to feel these issues that are jacked up.
Yeah.
But I've also really been something like I just see people that like I've seen someone to do Reiki. I've seen like lots of people to try and work with my issues, and they look at me like I don't. Whatever you're doing is different. And man, I can lock on the energy really easy. Like I feel like something's like trying to screw me up all the time. So as I've been working with energy, just trying to visualize a bubble around me has been an issue because it literally has felt like because of my spine, like it's been compressed and pulled around to where I just can't even operate it properly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But you're the first person that's ever mentioned anything like that, and I'm like, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, she's different.
Yeah.
Ah.
It also seemed like, us, like that reptilian was holding you down. It seemed like, that was like also like a blockage for the visuals. Because, like, in that shape, you cannot like look normally and straight and stuff. So we'll see if that helps.
Personal step I've made is today's the last day that I'm using marijuana, at least for a block of time.
Yeah.
Last time I quit for about 5 days, and I had my dream to waking moment like blended together to where the next day I'm like, what the heck was that? I didn't understand it back then, but I immediately started smoking again to not have that happen because it was like messing me up.
Yeah.
And I really think that's going to help too. And getting some relief with the physical issues. It's going to make that a lot easier.
Great. Yeah.
No, it's exactly.
Huh?
Yeah. So like regarding that like whole thing, I was like scanning the energy and stuff. Like we'll see if it helps or not. Cause I'm not sure if I scan absolutely everything, but at least that thing should help, or at least I think so. But another thing like you can look into, the weed gives a DMT. So just by deep breathing, you can generate the same stuff, and at least that's what I've heard from Wim Hof. If you want to try it out, see what happens, and you might not have the same effects from weed, like that will mess up your dreams, or like not give you the full visuals. But I think like you can still feel good and also get the visuals. So maybe that will help.
Well, I was going to say something and drew a blank on it.
Oops.
Well,
Yeah. Okay then. So like, since we have only a few minutes left, I guess like we should not start another thing, cause like like going deep and stuff. Like it's probably better not to trigger it.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I have a couple questions though that I wouldn't mind asking, if you don't mind answering.
Yeah.
I wonder a lot about angels and other ascended masters and these other beings or people, or I've seen them, connected to them, like not even on purpose, but it's happened. Do you maybe have an answer for this on why these types of things we can't even see or deal with can be affecting us? And like I've seen my angel, why don't they do anything about that? Just that would be a real easy question for somebody to throw at me when I'm trying to describe my stuff to somebody that's more grounded.
Mm-hmm.
As well, if you ever connect with an angel, then how come you have issues?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me take a shot at it. There are generally, broad strokes, three categories of non-physical beings. You can categorize them. They're there for you, and they care, and they want to help you. And then there's the ones that they're in it for themselves, and they're there to use you or get something from you, or in some way benefit. And it's all about them, not you. And then there's the ones that are neutral. They go, So within these three categories, each category has all kinds of entities. Extraterrestrial ETs, physical beings that can use technology and contact you, in the astral and stuff, but with technology. There are ETs that are spiritual, and they're the good guys, and they can connect with you spiritually. And then there's those that are not ETs so much as just higher realm beings, and they're spiritual, and they can connect with you. But in each of these categories, good guys, bad guys, and neutral, there's all kinds of entities. So when you contact an ascended master or a spiritual being, an angel, that is the question. Are they neutral? Are they loving and there for you? Or are they working to get something from you? So the Cameron Day teachings about the Lords of Karma and the Ascended Masters, he's saying, watch out for those. They are pretending to be the good guys, and they're not. And I tend to agree with that. It's not global, like every angel's a bad angel. And that's just a label you put on loving spiritual beings that are there to help you. But there are those bad boys that pretend to be loving, caring beings that are there to help you, and they're not. So that's something that we all have to pay attention to and decide when it does happen and what to do about it. So that's what I can say about it in brief. Do you have anything you wanted to?
Yeah, I'm that weird person that can see entities and other beings around us. So like me having experience from childhood, like when I was like just like 4 or 5 year old, here comes this like archangel, and he's like, hey, would you agree if I would guide you and stuff? And like he's waiting for my agreement, like a vampire, to be allowed in the house, and I'm like, no, mister. But at the same time, I've seen angels that are like good and trying to help people, but a lot of times they're being stopped by other beings. Like for example, entities and other beings, like like trying to mess with people. These angels are trying to come, like give you energy, give you like something, and everyone's like blocking, creating a wall, trying to mess with them so that they couldn't come close to you. So being able to just walk in the street, and like some people like have their angel or spirit guide, and they're like hey, please help me and stuff, and they know who they're talking to. And I'm literally looking at that person having the conversation in their mind, asking for help, and here's that being, and here's plenty of entities trying to fight them off and have the arguments and like scare them or whatever. And they're like, hey, how can I help this person? And like they just can't get around that. So, there's a few variations.
Yeah. Also, on
Those
the
are really great answers.
also on the idea of like an angelic being that is there to help. Metaphor. Let's say you're walking down the street and you want to get across the river, and you have no problem with that, but there's somebody there that says, hey, I can help you. I'll help you cross the bridge. I'll help you get across the river. Bridge is out. There's two ways it can go from there. One helper that you met on the path they say, yeah, here, hop on, I'll give you a ride. And you jump in his little raft, and he pulls you across. And the other guy says, different scenario, you meet this other guy. Yeah, I can help you. Here, sign this contract, or agree to something, doesn't matter what, but agree here, and then I'll give you a ride across the river. Red flag, ding, 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 red lights going off. Really? So that would be a way to check it out, or make a kind of a test on which kind they are too.
Well, on the same topic, when I can visualize they're powerful, I can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
If I visualize an angel going around me, I can feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just me though?
No.
No.
They're there. They do that stuff.
Yeah, I keep thinking like it's kind of me, but it's also something else. And by visualizing it, I'm inviting it to be there.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Yeah, because I wondered like if with someone else sensitive, if I'm feeling that while I'm visualizing it and they're standing right here, are they going to feel that? There's experiments I haven't really run yet, but
like other people, friends or family that might be standing there, can they feel it? Is that what you-
Right.
yeah. I think some of them can and will, and some of them can't or won't feel it. What are your thoughts on that?
I guess like it also like can show up in like different forms, not necessarily like, oh wow, I feel this energy flow going through me. Like some people like hey, today is a good day. They might have a better mood. For like they came in grumpy and now they're feeling a bit lighter and better. So that's also like a way to look at it.
And of course, your cats are going to see them big time. They're going to go like, "Wah!" They're going to do all kinds of things. But yeah, the cats will see them really fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Really, I guess a lot of experiences have gotten kind of mixed in how they feel for me. So
Mhm.
while I can lay down with my eyes closed and potentially have like an out of body in a white rainbow field, see a six-winged angel, or the cat's freaked out, and I'm like, "Oh, what's in the room?" And I walk over and I can't see it, of course. So I'm putting my hands out, and it feels like I stuck my arm in a pool of electricity. And I'm like, well, something is standing here watching me, but I don't know what it is.
Wow.
So I have these questions that I really just haven't had anybody that I can run it by at all.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it's real helpful.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Well, I guess we better wrap it up and get ready for the next session here. It's coming up pretty soon.
Sounds good.
Hey, Anthony, it's been a pleasure talking to you and working with you, and
Likewise.
hope it does well for you. And let us know. Give us some feedback in the next few days. See how it's going and stuff.
Yeah.
Sure thing.